So welcome to the AWS Management Console. Here we are going to look for a short demo for EC2 launching and connection. So this is the AWS Management Console. You can say this is a dashboard where you can see when you once log in with your account. This is my account, and then we'll see here the services like we are looking for EC2, which comes under the compute. So these are all the services you can see which are provided by AWS. And then we are going to look for EC2. So Elastic Cloud Compute Cloud will go for EC2. And this is on the left hand side, you can see EC2 Dashboard. There are different options here: images, instances, EBS, networking and security, load balancing. So first of all, what we are going to look for is we are going to launch an instance. So here, as you can see, there are 0 instances running, and we are focused on running one instance. So for instances, we'll go inside instance running, and then we can see over here on the rightmost corner, launch instance. So when you go for launch instance, there are different steps. So we'll go from step number 1 to step number 7. And what the steps consist of? So step 1, as I have explained, what is an Amazon Machine Image. So over here, you can see a small and short statement which gives you an overall idea what is the AMI. It's a template that contains software configuration. So whatever configuration we are required as per our requirement, we'll choose that. So we'll go for Windows. We'll go for Windows 2016 and we press enter. So when you press enter, you can see here the AMI. This is Microsoft Windows Server 2016 base. It is a 64-bit operating system. And on the left hand side, as I said, AWS, we can have images, like it can be an image that I have created. It will be under AMIs. It can be a partnered image, the community AMIs, AWS marketplace where you can get images. So this is how AMI works, and this is how we are going to select the AMI. So selecting this, the next is choose instance type. So as I said, we need to know the purpose, like for what purpose is the instance. So we'll see T2 micro. So T2 micro, which is a general purpose instance. So as you can see, here is also a small and short description given about the instance. So Amazon EC2 provides a wide selection. As you can see, there are different instances which I had explained, the pricing and all. So as you select, maybe it may be a general purpose, it may be a compute optimized, storage optimized, memory optimized, or accelerated computing. So this is how we choose different instances which will run for our different instances are the virtual servers that can run different applications. So when you select this T2, which is a free tier eligible, you will next see the configuration details. So configure the instance detail. Here when you click I icon, you can see every step, like every option, what it suggests. So number of instances. There will be a different number of instances which we want to be launching. So if we want 2, we can write 2. If we want 5 number of instances, we can go for 5. There will be also a launching and auto scaling group also. You can launch your instance in auto scaling group and set up different policies automatically that will scale up the number of instances in the group. So it will automatically scale up the instances. As I said, if you require, like as I had told you, the pricing models, and if you want a spot instance, like the price that is ongoing and you want to fix that for it, then the request spot instances option will be working for that. The network, you can see VPC. So here VPC is a big module. We will cover it in networking. So in network, launch your instance in Amazon Virtual Private Cloud. You can create a VPC with your selecting your own IP address, creating the subnets, route tables. We can configure the network gateways. So this is how the networking subnet auto assign IP works. This is the placement group. We can also place according to the placement group. Capacity reservations. So these are different things to be noted. Like if we want as per our requirement, we can select this. If we want the shutdown behavior to be terminated, we can even like make the behavior different, like stop or terminate. We'll go for stop. So these are the different options. These are the advanced options as per our needs. If we need that, we will use it. So basically now, for as of now, we'll go for configuration instance detail. We'll keep it as default. So next is add storage. Now, as you can see, storage is all about volume. Volume is all about what AWS uses. AWS uses a elastic block store. So you can attach the elastic block store volumes. The instance stores the volume to your instance, and you can edit also. So the root volume type is root, and the volume type is general purpose SSD, and the size is 30 GB. So this is the default. So if we want to add new volume, we can add that to that, but we'll keep it at default. And next, tags. Here we can name, like, add tags. A tag, it always consists of case sensitive key value pair. As you can see, for example, you could define a tag with name, that is key equals to name, or a value equals to web server. Like you can give a key and a value, but we'll keep it as a default. We won't be giving. A copy of the tag can be applied to the volume instances or both. So this tags can be applied to both, like volumes or instances. And this tag, this is all about tag. So next is the configurating security group. So here we need to create a security group, like who can access, which IP can access, which port is to be opened. So first is to remote desktop protocol. This is very necessary for our connection. So here what we'll do is, we want to access, the source should be anywhere, like anyone anywhere can be able to access our instance. So also we'll make one more rule, that is all traffic will make all traffic to be the port ranging from 0 to 65,535 will be all open and for everywhere, anywhere, like from anywhere. So this is how our security group is created. It is launch wizard 5. We can name another two, we can give a small description about it, but we'll keep it as default and we'll see how it launches. So this is how you can review, like what you have selected, which server you have selected, what is the instance type. We have selected the free tier eligible. So as I said, there are tier series available. So this is T2 micro, and these are the security groups. We have given inbound and outbound groups. Here we can say instance details, storage tag. As we have kept it custom, as we have kept it default, it will be the same. So okay, so coming on to this part, when you click launch, there will be a key pair. A key pair will always be there for your password. A key pair consists of public key that AWS stores and a private key file that you store. So together it will be very useful to allow you to connect to instance securely. So what we say, that will create a new pair. Let's say AWS key. Let's give it a name. You have to download this key pair. It is very important. Keep this safely. As for password, this file is needed. This private file will be browsed, and then we need to decrypt our password, and then we'll launch our instance. Okay, so our instances are now launching. This is our instance ID. So here inside a name, we can write a name to our machine. So let's say machine 1. Okay. Machine 1. Okay. Say machine, and then we'll name it the other machine 1. So as you see, we have given a name to our machine, the instance state is running, and the step checks are initializing. So we'll select our machine and we'll come to know whether what state is our machine in. Like background what is happening. So under the action table, we'll go for monitor and troubleshoot. We'll see here get instance screenshot. So when you come to this page, we'll be seeing that what is actually happening in background. What we can see over here is our booting is done. For boot on network issues, use the EC2 serial console for troubleshooting. This is how we'll connect afterwards. This is how we see, like, in background what is happening. So press Control Delete to unlock, and then the drivers are being loaded over here. So when you come to get instance screenshot, you can see that how in background our instance is being running, like in what step it is going on. This is how it's done. And then going on to the instances again, see the, okay, so now the status check, 2 by 2 checks are passed. So what this indicates is that it is ready and it is ready to get connected. So we'll select this machine, as I selected one, the machine, and then we'll go for connect. As you can see, the public IP we have got is 34.227.93.100. If we open, if we connect this, so we'll go for RDP Client. As it's a Windows instance, we'll go for RDP desktop file. So you need to download the remote desktop file. You can connect to your Windows instance using the RDP. And now we want to get our password. As we have saved a PEM file, that is our .pem file, we need to get our password for logging in, for connecting. So here we'll browse. We'll browse our AWS key.pem. So this is my file. And if you lost this file, then there is no way to get our password back. So when you decrypt this, it's very important. Keep your password. We'll copy this password and we'll open this machine. Saying yes. Okay, now see, it's asking for password. So we need that file so we can decrypt that password. And then, okay. This is the certificate which allows the identity we need to identify. It's a certificate name given for remote access. Yes. Now we are going in a virtual environment. It is no over a physical environment now. We have logged into a virtual environment, which is our Windows instance, and the things are getting set up for us. We are an administrator user. Things are personalized, themes are being set up. Okay, so Windows is getting ready. We can see our host name on the right side after this, once the things are set up. This is our first login, and we'll see what needs to be done. Okay, so here it's asking you to connect to your network. Yes, we want the network to be connected. This is our file explorer, internet explorer, where if you want to download the things, we can go over here. Okay, so this is ready. Instance is ready. You can see the instance ID at the rightmost corner. You can see the public IP address, the host name, availability zone is US East 1E. So instance size T2 micro we have selected. This is the total memory, and the network performance is low to moderate. So this is our configuration details. This is the file explorer. Now we'll go to server manager. So server manager will be set up. It's being getting ready. Okay. So when you go inside this local server, the first thing we need to do is when we go to Internet Explorer, we need to download. Like for downloading the files, we need an Internet Explorer. We go there, we search, we Google. But here, one thing we notice is that when we log in, okay, so you can see over here that when we go to Internet Explorer, this is setting up. So we say yes, but we won't be able to, like, the enhanced security configuration is enabled. So this security configuration needs to be off. So we need to go to more tabs. So here in this local server, we can see that IE enhanced security configuration. So as we have decrypted our password, we got the password and now we are going to log in into our Windows instance. So when you download this file RDP, we'll go to connect and then we'll enter our password. Okay. So we'll say yes and then we have entered into a virtual environment. सर स्टॉप कर दोगे क्या? Okay, so we have logged into our virtual environment, which is a Windows instance. As we have configured the details, we can see over here, this is our instance ID. This is the public IP address being allocated. Instance size, which we have configured. We were in Amazon US East 1E, that is our availability zone. Our architecture is AMD 64. This is the total memory, 124 MB. So network performance is low to moderate and this is our host name. So once we'll see, this is our file explorer. You can, when you go to this PC, you can see there is only one disk allocated, that is 30 GB. What we were configured, was our default configuration. So moving on to the next, when you go for Internet Explorer, this is saying that Internet Explorer enhanced security configuration is been enabled. So we need to disable that so as to download. Like if you want to browse or if you want to download, we need to go to the server manager. So this is how the server manager dashboard looks. This is the local server, all servers. Inside this, these are different tabs. This is a file and storage service. These are roles and the server groups. Here what we are going to do is we are going to make this Windows instance as a web server. So after this we'll be adding the roles and features to this, but first we'll see that let's make this IE Internet Explorer enhanced security to be off, turning it for administrator and users too. So okay, this is done. This we have made it as off. Now what we are going to go further is we'll go to the dashboard and we'll add the features. Like we'll say add roles and features. So before you begin, this is like it's starting. Like we need to add the roles and features. So we'll start. There are two types of installations. This is role based or feature based installation, and the second is remote desktop service installation. So if things are getting as role based, then they will be under the C drive. or else it will be installed directly to the VDI. So we'll go with the role based or feature based installation. Okay, this is the same server we need. We'll select this. And then what we need to do with our server is we need to make it as web server. So yes, this web server, we need to add these features to it. And then we have selected. We'll go to the next tab. Okay. So all these are the features and what we have selected. We'll go to the next. Now the roles and services will keep it as default. The roles will be installed and we need to give a confirmation. And then so when you go to add roles and features wizard, we need to go through all these steps. Like before you begin, there will be some discussion that we need to follow how the steps are being. Then we need the installation type to be selected. Then the server selection, what we were just choose as a web server. Then its roles were as default we kept. Then the features. So this were the web server roles features under that. A confirmation was given and yes, the feature installation is in progress. So after this, under the C drive, we would see this feature to be get installed. And now, as we know, we can also explore one of the feature of Windows, that is when we were logging in, we were we would see that we would see that it was having a password. So if you want to have different password and if you want to give your user, then we can change the password. So under this tools, we click the computer management, and under this computer management, we can see there are different tabs. So under local users and groups, when you click under this, you can see users. So this is administrator. So what we can do is set a password for administrator. Okay, so it's asking new password. So what we can do is over here, instead of logging with that decrypted password, such a huge big password, we can make our system, like we can access our system with an easy password. So let's set a password. Let's set it admin 123. Okay. Okay, the password policy is there. So we need to be following the policy. We need to take it as all the alpha characters should be considered. Okay, we have set a password to our system. Okay, the password has been set. So here you can create different users, then you can give the passwords to them. Also, you can create different, you can delete different users. The new user, you can go to this and then you can create it. So you can give access to the machine via different users. This is how we have set our password. Okay. So now we'll see whether this is successful. And yes, the installation succeeded on our server. And this is how it has become a web server now. Let's see. Now inside local disk C, you can see this inet pub under this www root. So this is how our web server has been installed. And we can see this PNG file. Let's make it, let's edit this file and make it as server 1. So when we are going to cover up the next module, it will be helpful for us. Okay, let's say 1. Okay, and just save this. Okay, we have. So now we have edited this file. Now what we are going to do is that we have this public IP address. We'll copy this and we'll browse it. We'll ping it. So we'll come to know how our default website looks. So we'll go, as this is our machine, we'll select this. We'll copy this. Okay, the public IPv4 is copied, and as our instance is being ready as a web server, we'll see this page. So yes, it's running the Windows Server 1. It's showing 1 as we edited that file, and it's a web server for us. So this is how we have installed EC2, how we have connected it, and how we have done our thing that we have made our Windows Server as a web server. So yes, this is how all it works.